Yikes, you be like, hey yo, what's the price? Yikes, when it come to me, I do nothing twice. Yikes, 223, got you taking.
We know that there is no way that our son would ever leave like this and not be in communication.
Very distraught to hear about this situation. Hopefully they find out what happened to this young man. He comes from a great family.
As Thursday and Friday passed into the weekend, through the weekend, we began to be concerned as well as that we were not dealing with just a missing person, that this was possibly turning into a criminal act.
On Wednesday night, July 17th, not one person can validate that there was a party.
Wednesday, July 17th, 2024. A sophomore at Southern University was reported missing by family members after they had been unable to reach him by phone. 20-year-old Stephen Harris was a member of Southern University's Human Jukebox Marching Band and a father of one. LaSonia Harris, Stephen's mother, said her son had been picked up that night from home by somebody in an unfamiliar car and was never seen again. He was scheduled to appear in court the following day for a custody hearing, but failed to show up.
Stephen Harris is a student at Southern University. He's not been heard from in nearly a week.
Southern University student Stephen Harris was reported missing on July 17th by his parents.
Tomorrow makes 7 days since Stephen Harris was last seen by those who know him best. They say they're growing more concerned the longer they don't hear from him.
We know that there is no way that our son would ever leave like this and not be in communication. Stephen had a 1.5-year-old son that he loved to life and has fought very hard from the first moment it was determined that he was the father of his child to be in his child's life. This, knowing that he had court the next day, is very out of character, very not Stephen.
I did talk with the West Feliciana Sheriff's Office. Deputies say they are concerned for Stephen's safety and are actively working the investigation. They did say they have not ruled out foul play.
5 days later, Stephen's body was found in Wilkinson County, Mississippi. Stephen went missing on July 17th, but Mississippi police had just learned about Stephen's disappearance on July 20th when they met with his family in Centerville. Mississippi police formed a search team on July 23rd. The county coroner's office confirmed that Stephen had been shot multiple times, and it appeared that his body had been there for about a week.
West Feliciana deputies believe they have found the body of a student from Southern University who went missing last week. Sophomore Stephen Harris disappeared July 12th or 17th, I should say.
As Thursday and Friday passed into the weekend, through the weekend, we began to be concerned as well as that we were not dealing with just a missing person, that this was possibly turning into a criminal act.
Then just days later, Stephen's body was found.
We got some information on Tuesday where his body might be located. So we contacted the Wilkinson County Sheriff's Office, asked them to meet us there and assist us there, and they did.
The parish coroner told WBRZ the body was found in Mississippi with multiple shot wounds and had been there at least a week. While the identity of that body has not been fully confirmed, officials believe it is Stephen Harris. Family members told us Harris attended a party in Centerville, Mississippi the night he disappeared.
Stephen's disappearance struck his family as kind of odd, since he was scheduled to attend a custody hearing the following day with the mother of his child, 21-year-old Allyah Martin. Allyah and Stephen share a son together, and the relationship was toxic. They had even filed multiple restraining orders against each other. According to the West Feliciana Parish Sheriff's Office, it was Allyah and two others, 21-year-old Derek Hollins and 20-year-old Kalisha Jack, who conspired to kill Stephen.
Well, a trio, including an ex-girlfriend, face charges tonight after deputies say they plotted to kill a Southern University student found shot to death.
Derek Hollins Jr., Kalisha Jack, and Allyah Martin
lured Harris from West Feliciana Parish to Mississippi, where he was shot and killed. All three are being held at the West Feliciana Parish Jail, awaiting extradition to Mississippi.
The victim was reported missing last Wednesday out of West Feliciana Parish. His body was found almost a week later in Wilkinson County, Mississippi. Investigators say one of the suspects and the victim shared a child and were in a custody battle. More charges are expected for the suspects in Mississippi.
A man accused of assisting in the of a former Southern University student has been extradited to Mississippi. 21-year-old Derek Hollins Jr. is now in custody in Woodville, Mississippi. Hollins is currently facing charges of first-degree murder in Wilkinson County for the death of Stephen Harris IV.
The West Feliciana Sheriff's Office says evidence points to 21-year-old Derek Hollins as the person who pulled the trigger.
Sheriff Brian Spillman wouldn't say who investigators believe pulled the trigger, but he did tell me Hollins admitted that the use was his.
All three have been arrested and face charges in Louisiana of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, with Derek facing an additional charge of possession of a machine. In Mississippi, police in Wilkinson County have also charged the three with first-degree murder. Police say they believe that the three conspired to lure Stephen to Mississippi, where he was shot and killed.
Mother of a Southern University student found in Mississippi tells us a toxic relationship escalated to her son's death. She says she's not surprised one suspect is the mother of Harris's child because she witnessed their relationship strain over time.
I've been witness to a lot of other toxic things that she's done, but never to this point where she would have my son.
Family members told WBRZ Allyah Martin, Harris's ex and the mother of his child, said Stephen went to a party in Centerville, Mississippi.
On Wednesday night, July 17th, not one person can validate that there was a party.
They even traveled to Centerville where his phone last pinged on a cell phone tower. No one in the area recalled a party taking place on a Wednesday night. Not even his closest friends knew about the party or where Stephen went that night. In addition, his parents say he had every reason in the world to be back in West Feliciana on Thursday, as he was scheduled to be in court for a custody hearing that morning, and he was eager to keep fighting for full custody of his son.
Stephen had a 1.5-year-old son that he loved to life and has fought very hard from the first moment it was determined that he was the father of his child.
The plan to remove Stephen from his home and do harm to him actually began and was hatched in West Feliciana Parish.
Hearts are heavy tonight after the loss of Stephen Harris.
His demise was set up.
His mother, Lasagna Harris, says her son was picked up by someone in an unfamiliar car last Wednesday and was never seen again. Investigators say Harris and Martin were in a custody battle over their young son. His mother believes is the reason for his murder.
The sheriff says Harris was well known in his community, and he also tells us that he knew the other two people who are accused in his murder. We are told that he went here to West Feliciana High School with DJ Hollins and Allyah Jack.
Stephen's mother, Lasagna, said that somebody told her that Stephen had went to a party in Centerville, Mississippi, the day that he disappeared. But she said that his friends didn't even know that he had even left the state.
Harris was a sophomore studying criminal justice and a member of the Human Jukebox Band.
I know this is not a sad day because we rejoice, because in our hearts, we know that there's a better place.
Sounds of grief from members of the Human Jukebox as they remember their former bandmate, Stephen Harris.
Stephen was bubbly, lively. He's a huge, tight hugger, loyal to a fault with his friends.
White, blue, and yellow balloons were released in his honor, the same colors as his band uniform. He played the mellophone for the Human Jukebox.
On behalf of the Southern University Human Jukebox, we are family. We pray every night, so I know they are covered, so God's will always be done.
We're just going to make sure that his son understands the love that he had for him and make sure that he knows that he's loved.
My prayers go out to the friends and family of Stephen Harris. It'll be so cliche to say, you got to be careful who you have kids by. Because sometimes in situations like this, you don't see the ugly in a person until things get really bad. But I'm more curious to know what was going on between Allyah and Derek. What did she do to that man to make that man crash out the way that he did? I don't know, man. Y'all let me know your thoughts on this one down below. And if you haven't already and you're feeling the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I got more videos coming, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.
Yikes, you be like, hey yo, what's the price? Yikes, when it come to me, I do nothing twice. Yikes, 223, got you taking